So, hey guys, I've been thinking a lot recently about Mekknight, and I have learned only one real thing. So, the engine for Mekknight, very hard to work with going first because you need to pretty much just open Gear Suit, or you cannot play, essentially, which sucks. Because there's no real good way for me to give my opponent a monster without being, like, completely degenerate, so, yeah. Yeah, just gotta open the Gearsu, or we just don't have a good hand, so let's see. Didn't open Gearsu. This hand is not good. Yep. So with this hand, we would just do the Centur-ion stuff. But what I did learn is that Centur-ion Primera is actually just a good bridge for Gearsu, and Centur-ion Gargoyle 2. Technically also a good bridge, because we can bridge from any Dark into Gargoyle 2 into Mekknight, uh, anything essentially. Stat lines are, uh, well, they, they just work out, I guess. So that would work, I suppose, at least. Centurion, good bridges, but the synergy aside from that, not really there. So I guess one thing you could do that's kind of worth mentioning is with purple Nightfall, we can special summon purple Nightfall, but that's about it. So picture this: I have done my Centurion combo, and that means I will have Trudea right below my EMZ. Um, that spell trap zone, and then I will special summon Auxilla, and then I can special summon Mekknight Purple, and then add a different Mekknight, and then special summon it between that zone as well. And that would allow for me to do some weird synchro plays, like make synchro 9, I guess, or make like Psychic End Punisher with Red Moon, which I mean isn't that great, honestly, but you know what? It does something, and sometimes that's just enough. Sometimes it's really not. I guess in this case, it's kind of whatever. But yeah, I've been trying to think up different ways to potentially play Mekknight, and I'll tell you right now, this one ain't it, Chief. It's probably worse than just running like, I guess, Effect Veiler or Gamma to use as your like small world bridge, because we can just use that as a hand trap and we don't have to run all of these other Centurion cards, so a lot more compact. So we have more deck space to do other things with. So we have that going for us. If we want to give our opponent a monster, I just can't think of a super good way to do it. Ideally, we have to give our opponent, so there are quite a few conditions, but um, first, we probably still need to open Gearsu, even if we give our opponent a monster, because we want to send World Legacy World Armor. But even if not, uh, we still need to give our opponent some sort of monster and then open a different Mekknight. So no matter how we spin it, it's probably going to require being a 2-card combo. And I mean, if we are able to send World Legacy World Armor and also have Gearsu in the graveyard or whatever, we can always just resolve Scars, which is pretty insane, resolving Scars in any situation. There are very few decks that can survive getting hit by Scars. Just for example, if Flu gets hit by Scars, then their birds are in the graveyard, which is where you don't want your birds to be in Flu, I guess. So you might have that going for you, or uh, you might be against, like, let's say Tier Lament, and then you can send any tier names to the graveyard. Wouldn't really matter, they can mill all they want. It's not really going to do too much unless they hit a shuffler, in which case they might be able to do a little bit. But yeah, you can't summon tier limit monsters without tier limit monsters in your extra deck, if that makes sense, right? So yeah, I've been thinking up ways, and I have not thought up many ways to play Mekknight in any uh, interesting way. So I guess now's a good time to start up again. Alright, so if we want to give our opponent a monster, I mean, if we just want to do that and nothing else, we can give our opponent a copy of Silent Wabi. So the issue with giving our opponent Silent Wabi is, well, now our opponent has one extra card, so they're at 6 cards on the first turn. So yeah, that is not exactly what we want, so probably should find a different way. So if we were to want to give our opponent just, it doesn't have to be a degenerate monster, like for example, Ibli, just any monster in general. It could be like a token, doesn't super matter. I guess we could try using Garden. So Black Garden, I don't think our attack defense matters on the field. And our opponent controlling any Black Garden tokens should not be that problematic. The main thing then that we have to do is to summon Garden Rose Maiden and then summon at least one other time, but even then, if we had a Mekknight, this probably could still be, let's see, would it be combo actually? No, it would be combo because we can link off. Well, it would be some form of Mekknight combo because if we summon Garden Rose Maiden, activate Black Garden, and then special summon a monster of some sort to trigger Black Garden to then put that token above the EMZ. I think we get to choose, right? Yeah. Then we would be able to link off into something, some sort of link monster, put that, and then put that in the EMZ where the token is above us, and then we should be able to special summon whatever Mekknight we want. But I mean, no access to World Legacy World Armor is pretty miserable, so nothing super amazing we can do here. And we can't use Orcus Harporer to special summon our Girsu. Let's see, is this token a dark? It is at least, but we can't go into like Lib or Mekknight of the Morning Star if we activate Orcus Harporer, so that is not great either. I mean, one thing we could put into this list for fun, I guess, is we could put in Galatea Dingirsu, because then we can use Girsu by itself to make a Dingirsu, which is kind of cool, you know, kind of neat. But yeah, that doesn't do a whole lot for us, unfortunately. So what else can we do to really get the ball rolling? I don't really think Black Garden's going to be doing a whole lot for us, so you know, honestly, just setting a card even for our opponent would be great, but yeah, that doesn't really do anything for us, does it? Well, main issue here is having to open Girsu, I guess. And then our opponent also needing to... Also, we need Girsu access, and then our opponent needs to control some sort of monster for us to resolve scars. So just for example, this would work, but it would be like extremely hard to pull off. If we have a Vampire Sucker, technically, and let's assume we also used the Zombie Vampire, and we for some reason have Girsu in the graveyard, and we can special summon Girsu back, then we could, the Zombie Vampire, give our opponent one of the monsters they normally would have controlled, and then we can try to resolve scars, like this. This would technically work, but setting this up is not rudimentary by any means, so this is not free at all to set up, so that sucks. And then we also somehow have to get a monster into our opponent's graveyard. So that's just not gonna happen, really. Not super consistently, I guess. So what happens if we mill like called by imperm, just for example? I guess we just pass turn. Like, I guess not much we can do because Sucker wouldn't be able to resolve, and then we need zombie monsters to make Sucker as well. So that doesn't quite get us anywhere. I can't think of any like any more ways to forcefully give our opponent a monster without having to go into like literal FTK territory, like make a soul special summon some guys. Yeah, that's just not gonna happen. Well, on the bright side, well, we can always look at the bright side. With this combo, if we have a 3-card hand, like if we have Yusu, the Orcus Mekknight, plus um, one of our many potential um, 2-card combo ways to get to scars, if we also have a copy of either Emblema Oath or Stand Up Centur-ion, we can do the full like Centur-ion combo and also the full Mekknight combo, and it just works. And our opponent will just have to deal with the Centur-ion combo and also being affected by scars, which is potentially insane, potentially not that insane. That depends, I guess, but it'll go pretty hard, I guess, just in general. So, I guess, yeah, 2 Omni Negates after being, like, hand looped and losing the entirety of your extra deck. Pretty hard to play around, I guess. But you know what? Maybe we could just find a different way to kind of loop our opponent's, like, extra deck or really eliminate some key cards from the extra deck. So maybe I should start looking back at like uh Lithosagum or whatever it's called, or Trident Dragon. Maybe those are just easier to resolve. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And yeah, I'll keep working on this, I guess. Well, not this in particular, just looking at Mekknight, I guess. Maybe we can cook up something, because Mekknight is honestly just pretty good in general still, despite this. But needing to open Girsu to have a turn 1 play is definitely something I very heavily dislike. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And why does World Legacy's memory have to lock you? Pain. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.